Hi, my name's Cheese, and welcome to another Fossil Sweeper Progress Update video. If you haven't heard of the project before, you can find an overview here, but the TLDR is, it's like Minesweeper, but you're digging up fossils, and you need to build skeletons out of the stuff that you find. Over the past month or so, I've given gameplay phase transitions a little bit of polish, worked on some chat integration stuff, and I've done some refactoring ahead of adding more content to the map phase. The dig phase got a little more presentation polish, with new camera animations when entering and exiting a dig site. As a dig opens, the camera now starts low behind the player's avatar as they walk towards a diggable area, making for an establishing shot that shows off the background a little. My hope is that all this does a better job of conveying a sense of place, and in giving a first impression that grounds it all as being experienced by the player's avatar. When leaving the phase end screen, the camera now pulls back, hopefully blending with the pull out from the globe, entering into the map phase, in a way that makes them feel more connected. While working on last month's video, I noticed that when completing a full specimen in the assembly phase, the naming prompt couldn't be navigated with chat commands, so I added a name command that can be used to suggest a name prior to the prompt appearing, or to enter a name when the prompt is visible. I'll need to do some more work on pop-up dialogues and chat commands when it comes to the museum phase, but that's going to happen a little way down the track. The map phase got the most of my attention over the past month or so. I added placeholder biome icons that I mentioned back in the August video to the map marker info pop-up, so that players can anticipate what they're going to see when visiting. I also updated the info pop-up to be able to display a preview of the dig site's shape. Since I don't actually generate the layout until the player visits, this currently only appears if the dig site has been visited, but I'm expecting to refactor that at some point in the future. It all looks very temporary for now. I don't want to invest a lot of time in polishing up that side of things when I've got a big GUI refactor planned down the track. When the player returns to the map phase from the assembly or dig phases, I call a function called advanced digs to progress time, expire old dig sites, spawn new dig sites, and so on. This function got a big overhaul to prepare it for when multiple continents or regions are added to the game. Previously, things were hard-coded to assume that Australia was the only region. This function also determines which dig sites will be selected and what the spread of sizes and difficulties will look like. Expanding on that, I reworked dig site selection to guarantee that if a player has started, but unfinished skeletons that they cannot make progress on, then at least a couple of the newly spawned sites will include one of those skeletons in their possible species list. This doesn't mean that you'll always get what you need, but the chance for that will help give some texture to the possibility space and give players something to consider when deciding which dig sites to visit. Since I've been tweaking gameplay phase transitions, I also added a crossfade when entering the dig or assembly phases from the practice menu to make that feel a little bit less abrupt as well. A very big thank you to the supporters going by on screen at the moment. Their support has helped me eat while making this game, and I am so very appreciative. A huge thanks also to Screen Tasmania, who supported this project with a small grant. Anyway, that's about it for today. If you'd like to keep track of development or try the playable prototype, you can find some links in the description. And if you're super keen to check out what we talked about here today, I make early test builds available to my supporters on Patreon. Thanks for watching, and goodbye!